So I used to be a very messy person, not dirty, but messy, cluttered, stuff everywhere, nothing had a home, messy. I never knew where anything was. I was never diligent about putting things back where they were supposed to go because they didn't really have a home in the first place. The things were just scattered all over the place. It never felt tidy. And in turn, it made my brain feel very overwhelmed and cluttered as well. So I also grew up in a home like this. And so this is what I knew basically my whole life. Nothing was ever dirty. There's a difference between dirty and messy. And we just growing up always had way too many things for the space that we had. Just too much going on at all times, and things just weren't delegated places to go. And so, unfortunately, I carried this tradition on with me into my own home, into adulthood until about 3 years ago. And all of a sudden, everything changed. It was like a switch flipped in my brain. And all of a sudden, I just woke up one day and I was like, this has got to stop. I'm the only one that can control this. I'm the only one that can make this change. Stops here with me right now. So today, here I am wanting you to get that same feeling if you are somebody who is in a similar position as me. Your house just feels cluttered all the time. You don't know where to put things. You have too many things, and your environment has a lot to do with your mental health and how your brain feels. And when your space is cluttered and there's stuff everywhere and things aren't tidy and not visually appealing, your brain is going to feel the same way. So here I am today. I want to help you on this journey. If you are somebody who is struggling with something like that, let me help you. Let me give you some very practical, simple tips that will help you take control back. And over time, you can implement these things and take what you want, leave what you don't. And I really feel like you will be on a path to bettering your environment and yourself. It is true, and there have been studies done on this, that an overwhelmed environment equals an overwhelmed brain and an overstimulated brain as well. So I am passionate about helping you stop that, helping you break the ways that you've maybe been doing things or that you were taught to do things, and show you that there are other options. It just takes little bits of work and time and effort over a period of time, and you'll get there. I'm so passionate about sharing this with you because I know how much it helped me. Oh my gosh, I can't even hardly put it into words how much this literally did change my life and my everyday well-being. And I am not exaggerating when I say that. It has changed so many things for me and freed up so much space in my brain. And you know what? Now, for the first time, I am able to be comfortable with the possibility of somebody just showing up at my house and wanting to come inside to chat or whatever, like a family member or a friend. 3 years ago and all the time before that, I would have been so nervous that a family or a friend was going to stop by because my house never looked good and it never looked like I was keeping it up, and it looked just overwhelmed. And I was so nervous and embarrassed for people to stop by. Today, I am so proud to say that I have done the work. I've put in the time and the effort, and I've learned the things and I've implemented them to where I am able, if somebody were to show up right now at my house, I wouldn't even care because I have steps and things that I do every single day that are non-negotiable, that I get done, that make me feel good. It is literally a form of self-love and self-care for myself and my family. And I want that for you as well. Okay, so here we go. And if you guys like these kind of videos, please let me know in the comments, and I will for sure create more of them. I have so many tips and tricks in my brain at all times that I implement throughout the days, the weeks, the months, that are so helpful to me that I believe would be helpful to you as well. I'm only going to share about 6 of them today, but if you want more content like this, please let me know in the comments. I really enjoy and I'm passionate about talking about this stuff, so I would love to share more with you. And if you have any specific questions about anything or how I do something, please leave that in the comments too. I would love to just have a dialogue with you guys. So number 1, this is my favorite thing. It's a 10-minute tidy up, okay? I do this every single day. It is non-negotiable in my brain. Sometimes the kids help. Sometimes I just do it for myself. But what I do is I set a 10-minute timer. You can choose 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 10 minutes. I chose 10. So I set a 10-minute timer and I pick an area that I'm going to pick up for that 10 minutes. I don't do any other space, no other room. When that timer goes off, I am done. Whatever I get done in that 10 minutes is what I got done. Sometimes I have the kids help. So we all set a 10-minute timer. They go to their rooms. I work on a living space. When that 10 minutes is done, we're all done. The kids really like it. It makes them feel really accomplished. It also, they realize that they like going to bed with a clean space as well. So it was hard to get them into the groove of doing it at first. But honestly, if that's what they know that is expected of them every single day, even your little ones, they will get the hang of it. The complaining will stop eventually. They will see the benefit of it. And I really believe that everybody will just enjoy doing it. Okay, the next one is to declutter. So if we're going to tidy up our spaces, usually we need to get rid of things, right? But when I say declutter, I don't want to overwhelm you. I don't want you to go out and declutter your entire house, spend all day doing it, have all of these bags of giveaway stuff stacked all over the place. They never move. And then you just have a different type of clutter, right? You have just a different type of mess. I don't want that to happen for you. So what you're going to do instead is you're going to declutter one small space. Maybe you pick every week you pick a spot to declutter, only one space. Maybe you have a little bit more time. Maybe you're a stay-at-home mom and you have a couple hours in the afternoon. So maybe every other day, or if you really want to be ambitious, every day, but figure out what works for you, your schedule, your time that you have open, how many areas of your house you need to declutter, and go ahead and set an expectation for yourself. But whatever time commitment you pick, you're only going to do one space. Okay, whether that's a day, a week, a month, every other day, only one space. So like for me, an example, the other day, I decided to declutter and reorganize my pots and pans cupboard. Okay, that is all I did. That is all I did. It took me about 25 minutes. I filled up a bag of things I'm going to set to donate. It felt great. I loved it. It was done, within that 25 minutes. And I did not go on to another task of decluttering because you don't want to burn yourself out. So when you do this, when you get one small space decluttered, serotonin, the happy hormone, will fill your brain and you'll feel so accomplished and you'll be able to just be so excited about the next opportunity you get. You'll start making a list of all the different areas in your home that you want to get decluttered, maybe in the winter time or whatever. So that is another tip within this one, is that every season I make a list. So I do like winter, spring, and summer. I make a list of, I guess in the fall too. I usually do a fall list as well. But anyways, so 4 seasons, every 3 months, I make a list of places that I want to declutter in that season, and also different other cleaning things that I want to do in that season as well. And then I just assign it to a week or just whatever I'm feeling like that week. I'll get that done and I'll just start checking off as I go. And it feels so good, and it will just give you encouragement to keep going to do the next one. Okay, another one of my favorites. I'm giving you guys my favorites in this video, okay? So, but I have more good ones also. So number 3 is to wipe out your fridge every time you get groceries. I usually get groceries roughly once a week, like a big grocery haul once a week. And so what I do when I get my groceries home, I take everything out of the fridge that is expired or bad or that we're just out of or whatever the case is. Take everything out of the fridge. Then I get a washcloth with soap and hot water on it, and I just wipe down the shelves in the fridge, wipe down everything on the outside that gets touched a lot. You guys, it literally takes like 10 minutes to do this, to remove everything and just to wipe it down. I do that before I put my new groceries in my fridge. And that really makes it so my fridge never gets like that buildup to where I have to like deep clean my fridge. It's wiped out every single week. If you get groceries more than once a week, maybe you want to do it twice a week every time you get groceries, or maybe just once a week, or whatever works for you. But it's a great thing to always look in the fridge and it always just feel clean. And I don't know about you guys, but before I implemented that, I used to have to spend like once a month or every 2 months, when I would finally get around to the dreaded task of cleaning out my fridge, I would have to take everything out, deep clean it. Here I am scrubbing. It would take like an hour or more. this is such a more time effective way to do it. And then it gets done on a regular basis. So that really all you need is some soap, hot water, and a washcloth. Okay, another tip. This is actually more of a tip of when you're actually decluttering or when you're shopping and thinking about adding more things to your home. Always think about the fact that every single thing that is in your home is a piece of inventory that you have to manage. Okay, even a pen, even a pair of shoes, washcloths. I mean, every single thing that you purchase that comes into your home is something that has to be managed in some way or another, right? So some things take more time and commitment to manage them. They're more time consuming. Other things are like you just put it in a drawer, but it doesn't matter. Every single thing that is in your home is a piece of inventory. So I want you to think about that when you're decluttering. When you're looking at something, think, is this something that I am willing to continue to manage? Is this a piece of inventory that is important to me enough for me to manage it on a daily basis? If the answer is yes, keep it. If the answer is no, it probably needs to go in a donate pile. When you're thinking about shopping and you're thinking about bringing stuff into your home, think, is this another thing that I am willing to manage? What is this item? How much of a time commitment is it going to be? Is it a knickknack item that I'm going to have to dust every week? Is it a tool that I'm just going to have to put in the toolbox and it stays there and I don't have to manage that as much. It's not going to take as much time. What is it? And am I willing to manage it on a daily basis? When you start thinking like that, I promise you, your mindset on decluttering and bringing new things into your home is drastically going to change. And it's going to be so much easier for you to say no to things and so much easier for you to say yes to getting rid of things. Okay, the fifth tip is also regarding decluttering. When you're decluttering, I recommend that you remove those items immediately out of your sight. Okay, so like the other night when I was decluttering my pots and pans, there was probably about there was like a couple like cookie sheets and then a couple like cooling racks. And I don't know, there was like a mix of maybe 7 items where I decided, I think it's time for me to donate these. I think I have enough of them, in other pots and pans and cookie sheets and stuff that I have accumulated over the years. These ones I think I want to donate. So what I did, and what I recommend you to do too, it's a great tool, is to put them in a box or a bag. Unless you're 100% sure that you are for sure done with them, then you need to remove them from your site immediately. So that means they need to be taken into your car so that when you're out next time, they can be taken to the donation spot. Okay. But if it's something that you're a little bit on the fence about, or if you're not sure if you're going to need them, or like for me, the pots and pans and the cookie sheets and stuff and cooler racks, I was like, well, we are hosting Thanksgiving and we do host a lot at my house. What if I need them when I am preparing, a Thanksgiving meal or having a lot of people over? And so I don't think I'm going to need them. And I think they're going to be okay to donate, but just in case, this is a great tip. You can put them in a box, you can put them in a box or a bag. You see how I did that? I accidentally combined box and bag. Anyways, you can put them in a container of some sort, put them in your basement or attic or wherever your storage is. Wait a month, okay? Set a timer or a reminder in your calendar to reevaluate after a month. If after a month you have not needed those items, missed those items, or felt like you needed to repurchase those items because they were no longer here, then you go get that container of those things immediately. And again, put them in your car. Next time you're out, they are going to the donation site. Okay. Don't let them just get stuck in that holding place, because that's really not doing you any good, right? Just throwing things in the basement or the attic or a storage area really is not helping you declutter. It's just getting it out of your mind. But waiting a month to see if you need those items is a really good happy medium for those people who maybe are unsure about those specific items or who have a really hard time decluttering and getting rid of things. All right, last tip for today. I want to keep this nice and super short so that you guys can get some good information from it. But my last tip is to clean your bathroom while your littles are in the bathtub or shower. So our youngest child is 6 years old. He takes showers now. He really doesn't need to be fully supervised or anything. But I do have to remind him sometimes, to clean thoroughly and help him with soap and things like that still. And so what I do, and I've done this since all my kids were little, is while they're in the bath or the shower, I clean that bathroom. Okay. And I have wipes that I keep underneath of the bathroom sinks, and I literally get them out and I just wipe everything down. I wipe the toilet, I wipe at the bottom of the toilet, I wipe the sink inside and out, wipe the outside of the vanity, I Windex. I wipe down like the outside of the shower. We have our washer and dryer in our bathroom, so I wipe down the washer and dryer. And I do just a quick vacuum. It literally takes like 5 to 8 minutes because, again, I'm doing this so frequently that nothing is ever building up, right? Occasionally, if I have extra time, like if he wants to play in there or something for longer, occasionally I'll take a wipe and I'll wipe like the tops of the trims where like dust accumulates and stuff, but that's not an every time thing. But since I am doing this so consistently, wiping down the toilet, wiping down the sink, the surfaces, all the things, nothing is building up to where I'm having to scrub. And that is always my goal with cleanliness in my home, is that I really don't want to have to ever scrub something. The only exception to that is maybe when I'm doing like a spring cleaning, or like I usually do like an end of fall cleaning, which I'll be doing here soon, right before winter. But even then, I don't really want to have to fully scrub. And as long as you keep up on it frequently, it'll take less time because it's just a wipe down situation. You'll never get that buildup to where it's gross and it takes hours of, scrubbing power and like harsh chemicals and things like that. So while your kiddos are taking baths and showers, when the little ones are in there, just go ahead and clean that bathroom. It'll take you 5 to 8 minutes. If you keep up on it, multiple times a week, how many ever times a week that child takes a bath or shower, you'll be surprised at how clean your bathroom always feels. All right, friend, that's what I've got for you today. 6 quick, very practical, simple tips you can implement today to make your house feel less cluttered and more tidy and give you a sense of peace that I know you're craving if you have stayed to the end of this video. So thank you so much for being here. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you liked what I had to share. Please leave me a comment. If you guys have any ideas or any questions that you would like answered, what was your favorite tip that I shared? Could you relate to anything? I want to know. Let's chat in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you have not already. And with that, I will see you next time.